Hello everyone. Jai Hind. I am Major Mohammed Ali Shah. I have the proud privilege and honor to be in conversation with a very illustrious officer of the Indian government. In fact, he is the also incidentally the son of a very senior illustrious army officer. He's locked out now. He would be joining us back, and he's back. Sorry, there was a network glitch from his end. Well, his father and his family needs no introduction at all. Again, he's locked out, but again, he should be back with us any moment. And of course, we all have heard of Major Bob Khating. In fact, Padma Shri and a very respected, renowned officer from Manipur, from the Tangkul tribe, and he was the first person from the tribal community to go as the ambassador, as an Indian ambassador to represent India abroad. So let's come in straight away in conversation with Mr. John Khating. Mr. John and I share a very nice comfort level with John Saab, I would say that. And we have been speaking over the phone and through WhatsApp, and now I have the honor of being live in conversation with John Saab. Mr. John Khating, sir, Jai Hind, and thank you very much for taking your time, sir.
Jai Hind to you too. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. So let's start talking a bit about your father, about the memory that you had about him. And of course, he was a legend, and there's no doubt you yourself are a personality in your own way. But really, I mean, I really wish your father was here and I could be in conversation with him. But nevertheless, I am in conversation with you. And let's talk about your memories with him, sir.
Fine, no problem. You can ask me anything, or would you like me to say anything on him, about him?
Right, sir. So tell us about the memories, whatever memories you would wish to share about his service with the in the army or with the as an ambassador. Could you tell us about that, sir?
No, those early days of his in the army, we don't have any records as such of what his days in the army. But yes, he did join in 1941 as a King's KCIO, King's Commission Indian officer, and he was allotted 19 Hyderabad regiment. When he joined at Agra, and later on he was given, that was in 1941. So by that time the war has already started, Second World War. So he was from the General Headquarters GHQ, he was issued an order to report to Jorhat, where he was told that he had to go and join a group in Imphal, which later on became known as the V Force under one major there, Major Murray, and he did go to Jorhat and later on to Imphal, and he was part of the V Force and working behind the lines in Burma. That day, Burma, now Myanmar, but Burma. So he was always active. He had to raise a lot of volunteers to do all the guerrilla warfare. He had to train people. He had to get recruit people as guides, as sources, informants about the movement of the Japanese in coming into the country and the movements beyond also. So he had traveled throughout, and he did manage to get a lot of the volunteers throughout Manipur, right from the Tangkhuls right across to the Kabau Valley side, which is South Manipur. So he was active in that front for the whole war that was there. And later on, after the war, he was re-allotted a posting to Assam Regiment, 3rd Assam Regiment in Shillong as a co-commander. That was in 45, 46. 47, he had to leave the army. He resigned because the Manipur people, including the Maharaja of Manipur and his people, including the political agent, also a Britisher, they wanted him to return back to Manipur to work in Manipur. And he was told that he would be made a minister in the royal darbar. So reluctantly, very reluctantly, he did leave the army and he joined Manipur as a minister in the Darbar, Royal Darbar at Imphal. That was 47, 48. He was there till 49 because 49 Manipur became part of India. Till then, Manipur was totally independent. It was India had already got its independence in 1947, but he remained till 49 when Manipur joined the Indian Union. The whole cabinet was dissolved, so he was without a job for some time there. That was the position of those days.
Right.
Up,
So,
after that,
and
of course, he,
yes,
yeah,
please tell me.
okay, carry on.
So he is the first person from the tribal community to go as the ambassador as well. Could you tell us a bit about the time when he went as the ambassador?
No, I will not be able to say much about that because I had already joined service by that time. I joined the central government, and I I was not able to take much leave. Once you join the government service, you don't get much leave to go and spend time outside. But he was there from 1972 to 75, 3 years term. He completed it in Myanmar, in Rangoon, and I believe it went off very well. He did have issues there which were pending, and still the issues still remain even now because of the very difficult problems that he has. I mean that India has. That was about when a lot of our Indians who were settled there earlier, they all had to flee Burma in those days, and they left all their business and their property and everything back there. So they all rushed back to India, and all these things were involved. So property, assets, and other things were involved. He tried to help out whatever he could and do that. The other thing was the Kabau Valley itself. There was a dispute in that area that was south of Manipur in the Burma side, where the people felt that Kabau Valley belongs to India, whereas it had been given to taken by Burma during the partition. So that was an issue which is still an ongoing matter even now. To some extent, there have been some diplomatic work that is on, and there are certain settlements have taken place, but the issue still remains. Just as the issue about the refugees or the people who came out from Burma during those early days, it remains an ongoing on the paper. So,
Right.
but the work as such as an ambassador, I think so. He did perform well. He was commended for his role as an ambassador. He got along very well with his colleagues, the ambassadors, and the high commissions of various countries. And one thing about him that he took up in that during that period was that at least he learned how to play golf. So that was a
Ah,
very important thing for him. So after retirement, he did play golf in Shillong. But yes, because before becoming an ambassador, he was uh, he was in the Indian Frontier Administrative Service (IFAS), a service that was formed to work only along the borders, the frontiers of the country. So he was mostly in Arunachal side, those days Nefa, but he had worked in he worked in Nefa for a very long time. He had worked in Sikkim also, but when he when he was given the ambassadorship, he was a chief secretary of Nagaland, and from that, as a reward for whatever he had been performing and working, he was given that ambassadorship. The government was happy with his work, and I believe because for him, honesty was something that was crucial in everyday life, especially in the functioning of his duties. He always believed that he had to work for the people and believed in the welfare of the people and worked always for them. And he never gave up on any idea that came which was useful for the people as a whole, for the development of the land to whichever area he was in, whether it was in Nepal those days, now Arunachal, or in Nagaland.
That is so inspiring, sir, and so interesting to know about this. Sir, every year, like this year on 8th of December at the USA, we would be having the Major Bob Khating lecture, in fact, and General
Mm,
Sani is going to be there, and I believe probably the chief is going to be there, and I have the honor of I'm going to be there too. I hope I would be seeing you there as well, and
yeah.
we will be meeting there physically, personally, offline, and not the way we've been speaking over the phone or exchanging WhatsApp messages or a virtual meeting this way. Sir, I sincerely thank you for your time and seriously look forward. And your sister, I believe, is in Delhi, and I hope she would be there as well. And we look forward
No,
to.
no, I don't think she'll be coming for that lecture program, but she stays in Delhi, yes. So, but she's based in Delhi, so I'll be mentioning to her. So she's been associated with various things of my father also, late father. So she would be a very good person to be in touch with. So that I had mentioned to you also that you could contact her to get more because like when my father was the ambassador in Burma, she was with him. She and my younger sister with my mother, they were all together in Rangoon. So she was looking after everything that was uh, required to be done in the Rangoon in the India House. So she would be a correct person since she was on the spot. So that is definitely which I'll mention to you when I meet you, because definitely I'll be coming for that program that you mentioned, 8 December, and I'll be very happy to meet you. I'll be last year also when it was first done, I had been invited by the DJ Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General PC Nair. He was so kind to have invited me. Even this time also, it was so good of him to remember and invite me for this program. And it is not within me to say no. I just had to because it is something. So it's a Assam Rifles uh, have been a very good to bring about a memory to remember and to honor my late father. They have programs in Manipur which are ongoing every year, annual features which are always there. So like tournaments are held just before his birthday in February every year and ending with a retailing program at his tomb. But tournaments like football, men's football, there's volleyball for women, and other games. They keep changing, but these are the main two that are static that are always there. So these are always there and they're very popular in Ukhrul district. This is mainly it's held in Ukhrul, but the teams are they come from different parts of Manipur to participate in this. So that Assam Rifles have been always in the forefront where honoring my late father is involved. Even this lecture that is on that you mentioned 8th December, that also is a major Major Bob Cutting Memorial Lecture, which again has been initiated by Assam Rifles only. And to that extent, the family really appreciates the role that they've been taking in this on this issue.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we have a very, very nice and strong, very empathetic DG, the Director General of Assam Rifles, Lieutenant Pradeep C. Nair. In fact, yeah, that's when the command is solid from the top, and you have a person at the helm of affairs who's so solid. Of course, the force automatically comes. Everything comes in order, and I had the honor of serving with the Assam Rifles. In fact, I led the marching contingent at
Yes.
Kartavya Path, Rajpath in 2008. You've seen that video, I
No.
think, sir.
No,
So,
that way, yes,
sir,
Assam Rifles have been having very good DGs. So that way they've been very good. And the present incumbent also, Lieutenant General PC Nair, he's been very active. He doesn't sit still, he's always on the move. And he's very careful and very thoughtful for the welfare of his own Jawans and the people, not only Jawans, but the families and everybody. He caters to everybody's interest, and he makes sure that the name, the uh, title that Assam Rifles have got, Friends of the Hill people, that is a very factual statement that has been made. And he's very much involved in the whole thing.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. But I was very fortunate when I was serving with the Assam Rifle. That time my DG was General Paramjeet, and he was again a very very solid DG. We've had illustrious DGs like General Shaukin Chauhan. He was the chairman of
Yes,
ceasefire monitoring group as well. And there's been
yes.
General Sangwan. He's been so we've had very very Assam Rifle has been very very fortunate to have some very good generals at the helm. In fact. Sir, I sincerely thank you for your time and I sincerely look forward to meeting you very, very soon. And before we part ways and before I say goodbye to you, one very, very pertinent question. So let's, not a question, actually, rather to discuss. Sir, let's hear about the time when your father got a Padma Shri. So were you there to witness the ceremony as well?
No, ceremony we did. I did not think, but that was in 1957. But he had got it because of he had brought Tawang into India in 1951. He had taken a group of Assam Rifles Jawan, the Fifth Assam Rifles, which he himself selected. He purposely wanted the Fifth Assam Rifles to accompany him when he was told by the governor of Assam at that time, Sri Jairam Das Daulatram, to go to this place known as Tawang, which he was totally in the dark. He had never heard about it earlier. So when he was asked, he said, "No, I don't know." Then he said, "No, I want you to go to that place." And the governor explained to him the whole situation first, and then he said, "You go. I want you to bring it into the administration of the government of India." So he said, "No problem." As usual, anything that is put up to my father, he always says, "No problem." There's nothing that is impossible in his eyes, because he knows that as long as it's possible, it will be. He will try his best. So he did ask for troop that 200 Jawans of the Assam Rifles, and the uh, officer that he wanted was one captain at those days, Captain H.V. Limbu, who had worked with him earlier also in the V Force. So he was still serving as the Assam Rifles. So he had taken him also. So that is how he went and brought Tawang. That is a different story altogether. So that was the thing. Then at the same time, in the 1950 earthquake of Assam, 1950 earthquake of Assam, in 15th August, devastation in a big way had taken place in Upper Assam side in a place known as Sadia area. Just into as you go into Nepal, into the present day Arunachal, the hills had just collapsed. The river Brahmaputra has changed its course, totally changed. So the missing the villagers in that thing were really. Fortunately, loss of life was hardly any, no loss of life. But that time, my father had gone on a tour with a platoon of his Assam Rifles. That time he had gone into Assam Rifles, second Assam Rifles, as a assistant commandant. So he was touring up. He was going up to the border, Indo-China border, when this happened. So with his troop, they got stuck totally. All the supplies, everything got exhausted because no supplies could come to them. But he took it upon himself, along with his men, to do what they could for the villagers. So they did all the spade work, built bashas for them. That means bashas mean the huts and other things to accommodate the villagers. Looked after their medical needs and all this. Because in that group that was with him going up to Indo-China border, there was a medical team also. So he had a doctor with him and nurses, male nurses are there. So they attended to any problems that the villagers had. So that again earned him credit for the work that he had put in the rehabilitation of these villages. So that is these two things that combined together that Padma Shri was awarded to him.
That's very nice, sir. Sir, you'll be very happy to know that I started my schooling as a 3-year-old boy in around 1983 from near Tawang. My father was a young major that time, posted in Tawang at the we had a gun area over there. Over there, I was in a place called Tanga Valley in Arunachal, very
Yes,
close to Khirmu.
yes,
Khirmu,
yes.
TCP, Gompa, Tawang, Tanga, all the same belt. So I started my schooling from that area. In fact, so
Okay,
when you mentioned
Tenga.
about Tawang, yes, from Tanga Valley, sir. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
The division is
Sir,
there now.
sir,
One division is based there now.
that's right, sir. That's right. One division is there now, sir. And
Yes.
and sir, you mentioned about the event happening every year in Ukrul. In fact, where in Ukrul does it happen in Shangshak district or where?
No, no, Ukhrul proper town. Because
Oh, oh,
he was born and brought up. He was born and brought up in Ukhrul proper.
right, right.
So
Sir,
he was there as a student. He was there. He grew up there, and later on, before joining the army, he was a teacher, headmaster of a school also.
oh wow, wow, that's so nice. That is so nice. So, since your father was also the chief secretary earlier, I was in conversation where I was speaking to the former chief secretary of Manipur, Jarnail Singh Saab, and
Yes.
he had gone to every 221 Tangkul villages on ground by foot. And he was telling me the experience. It was beautiful to, in fact, it's always wonderful to be in conversation with anybody from the northeast part of India. And I love that area. In fact, I have beautiful memories of the school and Manipur on the whole. So I sincerely thank you for your time, and I can just go on being in conversation with you. And I believe you are being called.
No, Tenga Valley is a nice place. In any case, it is a nice place. In fact, the division there has built a small museum type in honor of my late father. They have one small museum there, so it
Yes,
is
I'm aware.
function.
Well aware. Well
It
aware.
functioning there.
Well aware of that, sir. So thank you so much. Such an honor, sir. Take care,
No,
sir,
thank you so much.
and see
No,
you
thank you
very
so
soon.
much. I'm honored by this interview which you have taken. Thank you so much also,
Thank you very
and
much, sir.
hope to see you in December later. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, I look forward to
Okay.
seeing you, sir. In December.
Yeah.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Hind.